Por órdenes del Lord Farquaad, estoy autorizado a ponerlos bajo arresto y transportarlos a un lugar donde podrán reinstalarse.
No me digas. ¿Tú y cuántos más?
Hola, amigos. Ready to take your Spanish learning to the next level? What if I told you that you could do it while enjoying one of the most beloved animated movies of all time? That's right. Today, we're exploring why watching Shrek in Spanish can turbocharge your language skills. Trust me, you won't want to miss this.
Y custodiada por el dragón esperaba, en el último cuarto de la torre más alta, a su primer amor y el primer beso de su verdadero amor. Sí, como si estas cosas pasaran. Esto es pura...
Experiencing Shrek's iconic lines in Spanish is absolutely fantastic. Not only does it provide a fresh twist, but it also helps you learn the language in a fun and engaging way. Let's dive into why watching Shrek in Spanish can be a game changer for your language skills. First up, familiarity with the story. You already know the plot, characters, and many of the jokes in Shrek. This makes it easier to follow along and understand what's happening, even if you miss a few words here and there. Familiarity is a huge advantage when it comes to learning a new language.
¿Puedo quedarme?
¿Qué?
¿Puedo quedarme aquí? Porfis.
See how easy it is to follow along? You already know that Donkey is asking Shrek if he can stay with him, which makes the Spanish dialogue easier to understand. Plus, the humor is just as funny in Spanish. Next, Shrek uses everyday language and expressions. Unlike some movies that might use very formal or outdated language, Shrek is filled with conversational Spanish that you can use in real life. This helps you pick up phrases and expressions that are actually useful.
¿De veras?
De veritas, de veritas. Oh, hasta me caes bien. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Shrek.
These are the kinds of phrases you'll hear and use in daily conversations. Watching and listening to these can significantly boost your speaking and comprehension skills. Shrek is packed with cultural references, many of which have been localized to make sense in Spanish. This gives you insight into Spanish-speaking cultures and helps you understand humor and idioms in a new context. It's like getting a mini cultural lesson along with your language practice.
La boda. Jamás llegaremos a tiempo.
¡Ja, ja! No hay bronca. El fin justifica los miedos. Y yo ya le perdí el miedo.
The phrase, no hay bronca, which translates to, there is no conflict, is the Mexican-Spanish equivalent of saying, no problem. This illustrates how cultural nuances can enrich one's understanding of both the language and the culture. Now that we've covered why you should watch Shrek in Spanish, here are some additional tips to make the most out of your movie-watching experience. Tip number 1. Use the subtitles wisely. If you're a beginner, start with Spanish subtitles. This helps you connect spoken words to their written forms. As you get more comfortable, try watching without subtitles.
Shrek, tú hiciste eso, no manches. Avisa antes de echarte uno. Traía la boca abierta. Le di el golpe.
Créeme, burro. Si hubiera sido yo, estarías muerto.
Reading the subtitles while listening to the dialogue helps reinforce your learning. Tip number 2. Don't hesitate to pause and rewind. If you hear a phrase or word you don't understand, pause the movie and replay that section. This repetition helps reinforce new vocabulary.
Corre, 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 que nadie te pueda alcanzar. No me podrás atrapar. Soy el hombre de jengibre.
¡Eres un monstruo!
El único monstruo aquí eres tú. Tú y esos personajes de cuentos de hadas que arruinan mi mundo perfecto. Ahora dime, ¿dónde están los otros?
¡Cerdo!
Pausing a scene to understand what's being said can be incredibly helpful. Tip number 3. Keep a vocabulary journal. Write down new words and phrases you hear while watching. Look them up later and try using them in daily conversations.
Para atrás.
No, tú hazte para atrás.
Este es mi pantano.
Nuestro pantano.
Suéltala, burro.
Suéltala tú.
Hazlo testarudo.
Ogro apestoso.
Bien.
Writing down expressions like these helps cement them in your memory. Also, remember, the more you enjoy it, the more likely you will stick with it. Watching Shrek in Spanish is fun and a fantastic way to improve your language skills.
Santa cachucha, ya dijo la frase.
Y yo aquí perdiendo el tiempo.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. In the following few videos, I will analyze the Spanish dialogue in different scenes from the Shrek movie. If you are interested, subscribe to our channel. Hasta luego, amigos.